YouTube. How's everybody doing this morning? Tuesday, December 10th. How's everybody doing? How's everybody's week shaping up? I can tell you from my perspective, my week started Saturday afternoon, and I started heading down to Hartsville, South Carolina. Now, you reefer drivers, you may not know where Hartsville is, but you're gonna know. You're gonna be familiar with the town of Pageland, South Carolina, and you'll be familiar with that because there's a big Walmart DC in Pageland, and I haven't been down in this area through the Turnpike, Bluefield, Beckley, Charleston area. I was in Charleston not too long ago, but to come through the mountain, no, it's been quite some time, years as a matter of fact, and I don't miss it. And I'll tell you, it's changed dramatically, not for the better, just like everything else in trucking, not for the better. Where do I start? So the Turnpike used to be, I've traveled the Turnpike. I used to make 2 trips a week down to Pageland, South Carolina. We're talking 15 years ago, 2 trips a week, like clockwork, bringing produce and coming back empty. So, I have a I've been driving 18 years, 17 and change, right? This April will be 18 years. And so we're talking my first couple years out on the road. And, I have the whole fabric of that area has changed so dramatically. It used to not be, I couldn't imagine having to make my way through the mountains in a foot of snow. Like, that used to be a regular occurrence, right? But the way that, with the congestion there, I could literally see, like, trucks having nowhere to park, not being able to go anywhere. There's a couple of rest areas that are actually shut down. Like I said, where do I start, right? I go down to Pageland, right? And then I crank back around and I make it back up to Withleville, right? Withleville, whatever that's called, right? On 77 there. Excuse me for a second. And I used to stop there because I liked their Dunkin' Donuts iced coffee, and they always had, everything was always, it was a fairly new truck stop at that time. The Withleville Pilot, not the J, not the Flying J, but the Pilot. And, there was always parking. I'm at the Withleville Pilot this morning, about 20 minutes ago. And if you know the one I'm talking about, as soon as you pull in, you go from the road to the truck stop is only 100 feet. So there's room for literally a truck in the fuel island, and then, one truck fueling, and then 2 trucks in line, and then it's the road. So there's no room to be like lollygagging, but of course, this morning, 6 o'clock in the morning, and I get behind a hot shot, and I'm sitting there. I'm looking at my clock. No fuel. Nobody's fueling, right? The fuel first pump is shut down. The second pump, so 17's got tape around it. 18 has a truck in it, not fueling, and a truck ahead of them sitting there. So I don't know whether that truck had already fueled and is waiting for that other truck to move, whatever. There's a hot shot in front of me, nothing in front of them. And then lined up consecutively, loaded right up on right to the end, right? 6:30 in the morning. Of course, everyone's trying to get fuel. So I'm sitting there, and it's really foggy today, by the way, really foggy. And I'm looking at my clock, and I look over, and all of a sudden 6 minutes have gone by. No fuel. There's still no fuel. So I start to get up, and I'm going to put my jacket on, and I'm going to walk up there. As we do. Let's get the show on the road. I'm not, what's going on? So I get up, and I put my coat on. And as soon as I put my coat on, I look out my front windshield, and I see a guy in a baby blue tracksuit, right? A baby blue tracksuit walking out the door, and I say to myself, driver's lounge, that's your guy. That's your hot shot right there. And so what the hot shot does is he starts walking, and I still got my coat because I could be wrong, right? I could be wrong. Rarely am I, right? Rarely am I, but I could be. And he walks past the truck. And I said, well, I'll be. I'm wrong. No, sir, not wrong, driver's lounge. This little snake, right? This little snake. What does he do? He don't want me to see that he goes to the driver's door, but I seen he unlocked, he went to the passenger side. All right? Goes to the passenger side, hits the unlock, and I see the lights. He thinks he's smart, but he's not smart at all. I see the lights go boop boop from the door lock, right? And I said, that little snake, right? That little snake. So he it don't take those guys no time to fuel at all, right? No time to fuel. But of course, he starts lollygagging. One of these guys that gets off, right? One of these people that get off on watching other people, right? Holding other people up, right? I want to be a truck driver. I don't have the ability to get a truck driver's license or whatever the case may be, right? I'm sick of sleeping in my pickup truck, right? I'm sick of being the little guy out on the road with all the big trucks. So every opportunity I get, I'm gonna be that guy, right? That's how I feel, right? That's how I feel. And because it's not the first, second, third, or fourth time I've seen these hot shots act a fool, right? Act a fool, straight up, acting a fool. So I'm not even telling this story in sequential order here. I'm gonna have to backtrack. But anyways, so that's this morning. So he these guys don't take nothing, but of course he takes probably, I don't know, another 5 minutes to fuel. And while he's fueling, right, he's probably got it set to the lowest switch, right? Because people are like that. Don't get it twisted. They're like that. But anyways, 5 minutes goes by and he's done fueling. And what does he do at that point? Does he hang up the pumps and get on his way? No. What does he do? Come on, let's guess all together. What does he do? That's right. He grabs a jug of DEF. Grabs his jug of DEF and then starts putting the DEF in, right? look here's the thing, right? You're sitting there at the fuel pump, you're holding everybody up, you go inside, you take a shit, you do whatever you got to do, you come back out, now you want to get your fuel. The least you could do is get your fuel, pull up, and pour in your jug of death while you're up there, right? No. Another 3-4 minutes to pour the jug of death in, right? That's the caliber of human that we got to put up with out here. Most days. Very rare is it that you're going to come across somebody who's has consideration, respect, a little bit of humility, a little bit of the golden rule, right? A little idea of I'm going to treat people as I want to be treated type idea, right? So he finally does all that and he pulls forward. And does he leave? Come on, guess with me now. No, he doesn't leave. He pulls up and he sits there. Okay, so now I'm all loaded up. I got my app, I got my code, right? I get out, I start pumping fuel. I got both nozzles in full bore. Let's get the show on the road, right? And I'm watching this flamer, this baby blue tracksuit wearing, no good piece of dirt. I'm watching, right? What could this guy be doing at this point, right? At this point, I've been here for now, going on 25 minutes, and I'm just starting to fuel. And I'm saying to myself, if this guy's still here when you're done, getting fuel, it's going to be a problem. It's going to be a fucking problem, right? And, 3-4 minutes later, I'm done getting fuel. And he's still there. So I start walking up, right? And I get to within about 10 feet of his truck. And what's he do? Drives away. So right there, it tells you the caliber of individual we're dealing with, right? A coward, a no good, scum of the earth coward, right? I'm gonna do whatever, I can do to play these fucking Fuel Island games, right? Because I'm so miserable with my life, right? That's what it boils down to. I'm so fucking miserable with my life. And I'm gonna, do whatever I can to make everybody else miserable. And so, yeah, I mean, that's what ends up happening, right? He drives away, and I go about my day. I pull, and of course, I'm thinking of all kinds of, I'm having all kinds of crazy thoughts by that point. But, I put that in check, and I start rolling around the corner, and I come around the corner, and what do I see? But the front end of some poor bastard's truck laying all over the fucking asphalt. I mean the entirety of the front end. The whole, not just the bumper, it's a Freightliner. So the whole bumper, the assembly, right up to the fucking headlights are all smashed out. Like, just fucking, and he's out there, he's picking shit up off the asphalt. And I stopped briefly and I said, I looked down and I said, I'm sorry that happened. I go, did you get him? And he goes, yeah. He said, he ain't been driving but 2 weeks. He goes, he was trying to get away, but I got his ass. And I said, wow. I say, he's trying to get away, right? Again, that's the caliber of people we're dealing with out here, right? I'm going to tear your truck up to no end where you can't even drive it. You don't have headlights. You don't have a bumper. You don't have jack shit. And then I'm going to take off with probably not even a scratch on the ICC bumper, right? Some fucking door swinging, no good bastard driving 2 weeks for PTI, and I'm gonna smash your shit all up, make your day a living hell, and I'm not even gonna stick around. But apparently he got his ass. But I mean, it was a scene, man. So much so I thought about taking a picture of it and, like, you know, using it somehow as the video, whatever they call that there, the heading, the title of the video, right? Anyway, so yeah, so there's that, right? But here's another good one for you. This is because I got to Withoville at about 6 o'clock in the morning, but my day actually started at 4:30 in Mount Airy, okay? Which, if you guys know that Flying J. Now, I went in there to use the bathroom at 4:30, and the whole place was a mess. Just a mess. Trucks parked everywhere on top of each other, everything else, right? Well, in the middle of it, when I got to Mount Airy, it was like, what was it? It was like 5:30, something like that, 5:30 in the afternoon. So there was still parking, right? So I had parked next to like a service vehicle, like it was like a hydro truck. Okay, the hydro truck was parked next to a lamp pole, and then he was parked like kind of fucked up. So I parked next to him, and I got nice and tight up to him. But where we were parked, that's an old place. That Mount Airy, that whole place has been there forever. So there's no lines on the pavement, right? But I got nice and tight to him, and so somewhere through the night, this guy must have left, right? This guy must have left. Well, all of a sudden, I get a bang on my door on the truck, like my truck's on fire. A bang like this. Like that. I jump out of the sleeper, right? I jump out of the sleeper. What the fuck? I'm in my boxers. I throw a pair of shorts on. Before I can open up the drapes, right? Before I can open up the drapes, like this again. I open up the drapes, and there's this fucking driver. I open up the drapes. I open up the. I'm gonna fucking get down there. I'm gonna unalive this dude, right? And I give him the, what the do you want? He goes, driver, you're taking up 2 spots. This is at like 1 o'clock in the morning. 1 o'clock in the morning, right? And I let him have it. I let him have it. Ugh, do you think you are banging on my truck like it's on fire? You sucker, right? Like this, eh? And I said, fuck you. And he goes, look me. And I said, yeah. Mother, fuck you. Like this, right? Oh, okay. Fuck me, he says, eh? And he leaves, right? And my heart's pounding out of my chest. My adrenaline's through the roof. My adrenaline is through the roof, right? I don't know about you guys, but when I get into situations like that, my kidneys start to, they start to, whatever they do, and it's like a spasm in my back. And I get short of breath, and I just, like when people talk about blackout or whatever, I've never blacked out. But like, you can feel it's coming. Like, it's ready, right? You're ready to just explode. Like, I'm looking right now, I'm passing the rest area, wherever we are, 77. There's trucks on either side of the rest area. I mean, we see that all the time. But we're up on the mountain now, right? Very, very dangerous. And we're not talking just a couple trucks. We're talking 20, 30 trucks. 20, 30 trucks, right? Anyways, so he goes back to his truck, and I'm looking in my mirror. You know, at this point, I'm watching him walk to the back of his truck, and he gets in it, and I'm starting to continue to get dressed. And he drives away. Well, what is this? What does Princess do? Mr. Tough Guy coming smacking, banging, and like that on somebody's truck like that, right? Not knowing the circumstances. He could have knocked on my truck. I wouldn't have been happy, but I'd have been happy to move, right? I'd have been happy to move over. As a matter of fact, he drove away, and another driver that was watching it all go down walked up, and he says, "Hey, can I get in that spot there?" And I looked over and I said, "Yeah, absolutely." And I moved over. Of course I moved over. I'm not sitting there taking up 2 spots or whatever, you know. It wasn't even 2 spots. You know, you guys are picking up what I'm putting down, right? When you've got a small vehicle and they're not parked, you know, however, and there's no lines, you do your best. So next thing you know, what does Coward do? Goes up to the fuel island and tattletales, because shortly thereafter, a couple guys in a golf cart came out, right? A couple guys in a golf cart came out, and I was already moved by that point, and but like, if you want something from somebody, right? I got another story like that, actually. I got another really good story about, and I've told it before, but it might be worth telling again. It was an incident that happened at a truck stop during a winter storm in Texas, where the entire Texas, from the top to right to San Antonio, was shut down in an ice storm about, I don't know, 2000, I don't know what year it would have been, actually, to be honest with you. What year it would have been. I could find out. I can't remember, but and I don't want to say the year, but you know, the 100-year ice storm that hit Texas. Yeah, that one. Anyways, if you want somebody to do something, you know, you know what the fuck you're doing when you come and bang on somebody's truck like that. You're a fucking truck driver. You know what I mean? You're a fucking truck driver. You come in. We've all had that person that you know, sitting in a marshalling yard, right? Oh yeah, go over there, we'll give you a call, and they don't call you, and they come over and they, you know, pound on your door like you're upstairs in a fucking suite or something, you know, like you're in a fucking hotel room or something, like they're banging on the door like they don't know, like your head's like, you know, 3 inches from the outside, and it, you know, and just stupidity, right? Stupidity and no common sense and complete disregard, and that sums up what's going on out here. I mean, I don't know how else to put it other than it's a fucking shit show out this way. You know, it really is. And yeah, I can't get out of here quick enough. I'm on my way up to Kentucky to reload. Yeah, all the way from Hartsville to LaGrange, Kentucky, which is about a 9-hour steam. 9 hours, you know, 600 miles, nearly 600 miles to reload empty, which is nice, coming through the mountains empty. Not that I pay the fuel, but it's easier ride, right? It's easier driving. You guys let me know, you ever had any kind of bullshit like that? I know you have, right? I know you have. How would have you handled it? How would have you handled it? Yeah, but this whole area right here is for the birds, man. Really, for the birds. And I'm just gonna kick back, and I'm just gonna, get out of here, right? I'm not gonna play these games up in the mountain here. Just kick back and take my time, get through it in one piece without hurting anyone or going to jail, right? I'll tell you, there's just that, it just takes a split second of like something like that to go down, and who knows, right? Who knows how that could have ended? It's not nice. So, anyways, I wanted to share that with you. A couple little stories there. Hope you guys have a good day. If you're new to the channel and you haven't subscribed, please do so. And if you're new to the channel and you have subscribed, thank you very much. And if you're enjoying the videos, hit that like button for me, and it'll get the videos seen, right? And other than that, I hope you guys have a good day. And I don't know what's going on here. Coming up to the tunnel, of course. Nobody knows how to merge. Nobody knows how to merge. You can't. I mean, driver's lounge. Come on, buddy. You're wigging out here. It can't be that bad. No, it's that bad. It really is that bad. I mean, you guys don't hear me come on here and like there. You know how there's only right lane trucks, right? Right lane trucks. Well, this guy's over here in the left lane. He's over here in the left lane. For what? Why are you over here in the left lane? Where are you gonna go? We're going through the tunnel, right? Through 77, through the tunnel. Where are you gonna go? Why are you in the left lane? You're not allowed to be in the left lane, right? You're not allowed to be in the left lane. If there's a truck that's behind you and he's going slow, it's obvious because there's somebody in front of them. What are you gonna do? Pass in the tunnel? It's a solid line. It's a fucking solid line, and there's signs everywhere. No trucks left lane. What is going on out here, man? Where's the fucking fire? Are we firemen? Are we fucking paramedics out here? Are we out here saving fucking lives? Is that what's going on out here? Is it the truck drivers are out here? Is there some sort of truck driving establishment that's out here saving lives that I don't know about? What in the fuck, man? Driver's lounge over and out.